It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
Oh, let's review.
We'll analyze the scene
Sounds holly jolly to me.
before it's over. Let's begin.
Bum.
Bum.
That's right, folks. Since the Christmas season is upon us, we thought the way to celebrate and get into the holiday spirit would be with some holiday reviews.
12 to be exact, accurately divided into 4 categories for your Yuletide pleasure.
So without further ado, silver up those bells, light the multicolored lights, and go out and build a snowman and join us as we get into some seasonal shenanigans. And tonight we're unwrapping Supermansion War on Christmas. Dragon, I'm just gonna issue the big thesis statement about how I feel about this right up front. All right, you ready for it?
Okay.
Dragon, I hate this as much as you hate Sausage Party.
Oh, wow.
This gets under my skin and offends me on just a deep level as much as you hate Sausage Party, all right?
Really?
This is my Sausage Party.
Oh my, Tiki, I'm on pins and needles. Can you tell me why, or you want to wait for that?
Dragon, it's just everything about it to me is offensive. I think the animation quality is like I think all the characters are awful, like across the board. Like Cranston's trying his best with, the voice acting, but it's just not hitting it. One character in particular that we'll get to, it was just like I literally just wanted to reach through my computer and just strangle this character. I hated them so much.
If it's the character I'm thinking of, that's kind of a consensus here. Not well. We'll see if it's the same character.
I'm pretty sure it is, Dragon. I'd be shocked if it wasn't. Dragon, like here and there were like 1 or 2 moments that kind of made me chuckle. All right, but and they're just I'm at a loss for it's so border like it's. To me, it offends me because just the Jew bot and the Kwanzaa and it's just like, yeah, we're just. Oh God, this is so awful. This is so bad, Dragon.
Well, just let me tell the folks out there again. When Tiki he alluded this to me, I was completely shocked because I thought this would be right up Tiki's alley, and I was like, oh my God,
no,
wow,
this is a hit and a miss for you, man. This just. I mean, this to me is like, I don't watch Modern Family Guy, but like, I'm sure it's not as bad.
Come on, it is not as bad as Modern Family. I mean, come on, again, that's the thing. I think it's just a taste thing on this one. Modern Family is just all across the board bad.
But just in general, the whole thing was just too crude for me. Like how you think that Sausage Party is too crude, this to me is just like, I don't know. Maybe it's because it's Rankin-Bass and it's just, I mean, it looks kind of like Rankin-Bass. So there's kind of like that, that disconnect for me there. And
now, of course, let's just, again, it's a series. So it's not just a one-off Rankin-Bass. Like, it's not.
No, I understand that. I understand that. But all right, Dragon, oh God. Wow.
Well, let me say a little bit on Supermansion, just basically in just the very.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
So, Supermansion is done by Matthew Sunreich and Zeb Wells. Zeb Wells, who is a comic writer, does a lot of Marvel comics, and basically it's kind of taking the team from half the team from Robot Chicken, Seth Green and Matthew Sunreich, and kind of a comics theme with Zeb Wells, and you get Supermansion, which Cranston is involved with. That was kind of what drew me to the series in the first place, where I heard Cranston basically was doing a stop motion series with kind of the same animation team from Robot Chicken. This airs mainly on Crackle, but like the reruns would play on Adult Swim, so it's kind of like Crackle's. Like you watch the episodes,
okay,
when they're new.
Uh-huh.
And it's on the season 2. I think they're doing a season 3. I watched like half of season 2 and I just got distracted with other things. But I mean, again, I had been watching this. So I'm definitely this is special. So honestly, it feels like another episode of the series. But I mean, in retrospect, perhaps it should have been done for Christmas in July. But that's kind of a debatable thing, I guess. But anyway,
no, I'm honestly glad we're not doing it for Christmas in July. Christmas in July deserves better than this.
Regardless, this was after season 1. It's basically like a buffer. Basically, you had season 1 in 2015. You had this in 16, and then 17.
So it's kind of the way that that Netflix did the BoJack Horseman special.
Oh, yeah, it sounds about right.
Mm-hmm.
So again, Supermansion is just I was kind of I got into it for the Cranston appeal, and the series kind of had me. It's like, okay, it's kind of interesting. It's kind of like a parody. It's a parody of superheroes, but it's a cruder parody of superheroes, and it's just kind of a nice though with certain characters I like more than others. It's not a perfect series by any stretch, but again, I think they have a decent amount of good gags. Decent amount. Again, nothing that rewrites the book of comedy by any stretch, but
See,
it's like
that's the thing to me, Dragon. Like, we've seen so many superhero parodies at this point, and to me, this literally adds nothing new to it except for, like, oh, ha ha ha, they're swearing a lot.
I don't know about that. I mean, this episode in particular has one. They have some. Again, I think this comes from the comics writer attached to it. Honestly, it's Zeb Wells. I do think I liked a lot of deep cut kind of comic references in this. Like mainly with.
Well, dude, Dragon, I'm going to stop you right there, man. Please, just.
Well, no, not about the. I'm talking just about like references to Superman and stuff, man. I do like. There was a really kind of cool. We'll get into it.
No, I mean, I'm just saying, like I said, man, I want to spend as little time on this thing as possible. So just.
All right, I'll just save it for when we get to the whole collective thing. All right, we won't spend a lot of time. Anyway, so I guess plot. I'll summarize the plot because I think I can keep my composure here more than some other people in the room.
Yeah, look, I knew that was a statement that would bring you to your knees, so that's why I had to address that I hated it before we went on air, just so you weren't completely caught off guard. But no, Dragon, this is a sausage party level for me. This is just, to quote Sonic the Hedgehog from the '90s cartoon, it's no good.
I think I'm starting to get an idea of like a character in particular you really hate that kind of sour.
I think so. Dragon, I'd be shocked if it wasn't the character that you were thinking. Yeah,
I know a character I'm thinking of, but now we're talking about. I think I get an idea who the actual character is.
Yeah.
But, okay, so the point is, okay, it's the
I
holiday.
actually want to start with that character when we get to characters, if you don't mind.
Okay, all right. Anyway, so here's the plot in a nutshell, folks. So, it's the holiday season for the League of Freedom. We have a few plot lines kind of been put into play here. We got Black Saturn. He's spending Christmas with his rich, snobbish family. American Rangers basically he's examining the American institution that is Christmas and pitting it against Jubot and Sergeant Agony with Hanukkah and Kwanzaa. It's kind of like kind of debating what's the best holiday, the American institution and such. Rex, Titanium Rex, he tells Cooch that there is no Santa, which of course leads to a Mixie Spitalik inspired villain, Mr. Skibumpers, and leads to this character creating a Santa Claus that wreaks havoc. In the end, everyone is saved by the true meaning of Christmas, and that's the special in a nutshell.
Oh joy!
So, who do you want to start with, Tiki?
Let's start with Cooch.
Oh, really? Oh, I guessed that wrong. Okay.
Wait, what? What? Seriously? Dragon, this character is the worst. The worst. Oh my, I cannot stand anything about her, Dragon. It's the voice is so grating, and she's like a walking stereotype. She's basically like the Dragon. This character is basically like the Jennifer Lopez hand puppet from South Park. It's like, I like tacos and burritos. Like, I hate this character so much. So much.
Wow.
Screw this character. Maybe it's just the voice. I don't know. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Dragon.
Well, I'm just trying to approach.
As you can tell, I don't really want to spend a lot of time on this thing.
All right. I'm just trying to streamline here. I'm just looking. I had more on Cooch, but I gotta streamline.
Oh, I am shocked. I am frankly shocked that it's not who you were thinking of, Dragon, because this character, to me, I cannot see how anyone could stand this character. I really can't.
Well, Cooch, let's just say whether it's...
do people at least complain about the voice acting on this character? Please tell me they can.
I don't really follow like the fan base of this, so I don't know like how... how
the voice acting is so bad, and it starts with her singing, all right? It starts with her singing, and oh, God.
Well, let's just, again, if I'm going to say this, I know it's going to set Tiki off, so I got to try to broach this casually.
Oh, no. Oh, God.
All right, well,
Dragon, can I just say, I told all my friends to watch this podcast because it'd be entertaining.
Well, I would say that that Cooch, she has like kind of the most childlike perception of Christmas. I'm not saying childlike in a glowing way. I'm just saying, she's basically the whole like kind of learning that there's no Santa thing. I mean, I do like it's punctuated by an unflattering gag, but I did like that moment how it played though. I like that moment of Titanium Rex. I'll say this: my favorite character in the show is always Titanium Rex, not just mainly for the Cranston of it all, but also
yeah. I was about to say, don't even begin to tell me it's not for the Cranston of it all.
I mean, yeah, it is primarily for the Cranston all, but seriously, I mean, I think he's got a cool design. It's kind of funny that, Cranston, who has always been considered for Lex Luthor, is got in the Lex Luthor colors for this character. He's got kind of a cool gimmick. I'm just saying it's kind of a parody of a Superman. It's kind of funny how we have like some Lex Luthor in there. It's a point. Titanium Rex is like, he and Jubot are my reasons for coming back to the show, if I'm being honest.
You know what? I think this was probably just a bad episode for Jubot. We'll get to him.
Yeah, Jubot. Here's the thing: he doesn't the gag is it's a robot looking for identity, and like in the first episode, he got religion, so he became Jewish. And I always loved the design of Jubot, kind of the that and everything. I was always.
We'll get to him.
Sure. Anyway, so yeah, Coach. Basically, she's kind of she's responsible.
Can I also just say I hate that name?
Oh well, I'm not crazy about it either. Like, Coach is low on the totem pole for me. I just know if she's not the one that irritates me most.
Right now, I'm curious. Now we'll just get to it. Don't tell me. We'll get to it as we go down the line. But
anyway, so Coach, she's basically. It's kind of interesting how she kind of has to take responsibility for Santa that she's kind of willed into existence through Shenanigans, and it's kind of like looking at the fictional ramifications of bringing a fictional character to life. So it's kind of like she's kind of on a path of trying to kind of get him it's like dealing with like that. It's almost like an analogy here. It's it's kind of like the old genie's wish thing of like you have a wish, but you have to wish really carefully, that sort of thing.
It's more like the monkey's paw.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. Yes, it's very much a monkey's paw. Okay, so that's really all I have with Kucha. She's kind of on a path of like kind of helping this thing. She's kind of this fictional thing she's willed into existence and having to live with the consequences. And she kind of helps him. It's kind of like she's kind of put into it's a childlike kind of perspective, put into a responsible thing. Which it's
the whole chalupa thing just doesn't bother you at all.
Well, she just wanted Mexican food. I don't really see them.
I don't know. Anyway, I don't even okay. Let's move on to Cranston.
Oh yeah, so Titanium Rex is always he's always just kind of he's always a fun barometer. Basically we do a lot of old people jokes at Titanium Rex, but importantly with Titanium Rex, the thing I like is that we do get to explore the golden age of heroes. Basically, that's where Titanium Rex is the most kind of homages to the comics and the fun parody stuff we give them. So that's always why I got a good barometer on Titanium Rex. He's definitely the patriarch of the bunch. Again, he's giving kind of the Santa talk to Cooch, so that's kind of the perennial thing there. And he's always just kind of like a regular guy dealing with these he's basically a bunch of crazy people who live in his house. That's kind of what that's kind of what Titanium Rex always has to deal with there.
So, Dragon, I do like that element of it. I agree. I think this guy is probably the most horrible element of the show for me. And no, I will say it's not just because of the Cranston. I just think he's probably the least asshole-ish character of the bunch. But, yeah, Dragon, can I just say, I hold a grudge against this character, though. You know why?
Why?
Because Bryan Cranston is the only reason we're even talking about this special.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, you know what? Cranston's not worth it, man. He's not worth it. All right. I'm sorry. I just want to put that out there, Dragon. Cranston is not worth my pain.
I'm just saying somewhere, Bryan Cranston. He's not crying.
You're not worth it, Bryan.
But you know what he's doing just to make you feel bad? He's just giving like a look of like he's looking down all dramatically, like for shame. He's lost faith. My follower has turned against me.
Oh man,
it's a sad day in Cranstonville.
All right.
The Tome of Cranston, anyway. So, I like how he's charitable to be in the idea. He dressed like Santa Claus, goes to the new charity, which of course kind of connects to my Justice League pitch a little bit. As the superhero doing the charity thing. So that was cute. I think the main thing I'm loving about Titanium Rex in this episode, again, more with the writing. I was saying Rex factored into it a great deal. The whole Superman dealing with Mixie Spitalik, and we kind of homage that here with Titanium Rex having a Mixie Spitalik bad guy in our guest star, which we'll get to.
All right. You know what? Actually, Dragon, I actually kind of liked Black Saturn a little bit.
Here's the thing: Black Saturn is the character I was alluding to. That's the one, not the one I
Really?
thought. I didn't think you were gonna.
Really?
Here's the thing: initially, I thought you were gonna.
Wow.
I initially thought you were gonna go with Black Saturn, but then I had another character which we'll get to, which I thought absolutely you were gonna pick.
Okay,
Instead.
and just to clarify, this is not the character that you hate.
No, this is a character.
Oh, okay, okay.
The Black Saturn is a character out of all of them who bothers me most because he's always a missed opportunity to me. Is that Black Saturn? One, I think he's got a really cool costume. I like the costume on Black Saturn.
Honestly, this is like the only reason why I say I kind of liked him is because this is like the one part of the special I got a couple chuckles out of.
And that's the thing, dude. That's where so bizarrely. I think is this plays into the problem I have with Black Saturn. This is the reason I wanted to spend like a minute on because here's the thing: we always have. In Black Saturn, I don't mind like having like a regular guy kind of as the Batman thing, and have him be like kind of not as cool as Batman. That's the thing to run with on the show. But again, we've seen kind of that done on other shows that we do like.
I just like the family dynamic in this. I thought his little brother. I take it the kid is his little brother.
Yeah, it's his little brother. Yeah, it's
yeah. I really like that character. Like that character is probably like the one chuckle I got like in all his deliveries. Like no, it is not Christmas Day yet.
So the thing with Black Saturn is, I mean, doing the kind of like the wannabe Batman thing, that's fine. Again, we like that sort of thing on shows like Super Academy, which do it a lot better. But in this case, though, it's like we always do with Black Saturn, we make him too inept, we make him too stupid, make him too. Basically, it's like to the point where, like, okay, well, there's no reason this guy should be around. He's too stupid. And we have a lot of that in here. It's like this is not a flattering. This doesn't like showcase what I like about this character when they get him right.
See, I didn't even get that he was supposed to be the show's Batman. So that's
well, that's the thing. He's supposed to be like he's supposed to be the Batman parody, and on the base of the gag is that
I honestly didn't get that at all.
It's like, hey, his parents aren't dead. That's the joke. You know, it's like, hey, you can
go. Okay, I get it. The show made it funny.
Yeah, so it's and basically they make him just really kind of stupid and petulant, and it's like I don't know. So Black Saturn's always just that point is it's the regular bone of contention of the show. It's like, hey, like basically when Black Saturn's bad guys in the fray, that's when he's interesting. We have this bad guy who's a parody of the Joker, the Groaner. Basically, they make fun of the whole Batman Joker dynamic with that, and that's fun. Mm-hmm. And he's not in this episode, so it's kind of like, yeah, okay, we're just kind of stuck with the Black Saturn.
Well, like I said, the little brother character gave me a couple laughs. So
okay. All right, let's go.
All right, Dragon, can we bunch the next few characters together?
All right, sure. We'll bunch the three of them together, but we got to start with my favorite guy here. We got to start with out of the three. Well, wait, I'm sorry. I really like Jubot, but I love the performance by Keegan-Michael Key as American Ranger.
When I saw Keegan-Michael Key, I got to admit I was pretty excited for him. Dragon, I don't know. It's just here's the thing with all three of these characters is that I just didn't really get a grasp on any of them just because. Mm-hmm. The subplot was just so simplistic.
Yeah.
It's literally just like, my holiday's better. No, my holiday's better. No, my holiday's better.
You're right about that. It is simplistic.
I mean, with that in mind, I literally have nothing to say. It's like, yeah, American Ranger was the guy who's championing Kwanzaa. You know, I have nothing to say about him as a character.
Of course, you know, it's kind of Cap, McFury, and just general, I guess, Vision, but you know.
Well, I would like to say also maybe a little bit of Combat Carl.
Sure. But yeah, basically, Keegan-Michael Key's kind of take on the basically the man out of time Captain America type. It's always been funny to me. That's another thing to watch the show for. Is he's just I'm just saying for me is like always, but he's really funny and Keegan-Michael Key never disappoints. Honestly, so that's the thing for me. It's like hey, he has a line in this which we'll get to with moments. It just cracks me up every time I watch this thing. It's like oh god, it's hysterical. But yeah, basically this is like an action. Like I think they're trying to hit on a little bit of social commentary here. It's not going far. I'm just saying they're kind of broaching the whole holiday versus Christmas thing. Why can't we just call it Christmas versus we got to keep it diplomatic with holiday. And I like that Jubot is passive in that argument though. That's kind of thing I always like about Jubot. Jubot's just kind of he's the nice guy in the room. He's trying to be all inclusive. He's saying. Oh, and he has that sardonic streak to him, like, oh, yes, if only we had a way of just signifying all holidays. Like, Jubot always has his moments, and Jubot, for me, he's got a cool design, too.
I'm so happy that you find such joy in a character as deep and complex as Jubot Dragon.
And Jubot does have some good arcs, though. I know you don't. I know you have no way of knowing that. I'm just letting you know.
I don't, and I will have no way of finding out.
And I'm just saying, Jubot can be fun. Though. Jubot's a fun a lot. Rarely is Jubot not entertaining. I'll say that.
All right, so tell me about Sergeant Agony, because I really have no grasp on this guy at all.
Obviously, Nick Fury parody. I mean, I'd love to say Combat Carl, but probably Nick Fury. Yeah, the idea is this is the guy who's like always kind of breathing down the league's neck. He just kind of hangs around in the mansion. He's like the supervisor. Just make they could like Nick Fury with Shield. He's kind of checking in on him, just like trying to like yelling at him, like, "Hey, you guys are botching everything. You guys are terrible superheroes." Ah. And this, for me, it was kind of funny because it's the first time I've seen this. Well, again, I've seen this like twice just rewatching it. So, because I watched the show, I just never got to this holiday specials, which kind of again amped us up to, to talk about this, which did not go the way I thought it would.
No, not at all.
But yeah, I was surprised that he was such a Kwanzaa advocate. I was like, oh wow, this guy really he's really passionate about Kwanzaa. Who knew? You know? Rarely do we breach in the holiday. We haven't really talked about Kwanzaa since the Proud Family.
Oh yes, lest we forget.
Yes. So yeah,
they just all walked into the clouds and were never seen again.
And those guys weird me out. It's like a Kwanzaa themed Pigeon Man ending, but they didn't get it at all.
God.
And of course, they just show up in Paris and Notre Dame. He's just looking at them, finally.
Oh God!
Who are you people?
All right.
Anyway, okay, let's get to the guy actually brought you some laughs this special. Let's talk about Dudley.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. He's I don't know. He's just I like his accent. He's a creepy little kid. I don't have a lot to say about him as a character. It's just, I just like I like the dynamic with the mother who clearly wants to kill the son and the brother who's
let's not. I don't think that's not the mother. That's like his Alfred. That's his man, sir. It's his
okay, got it.
Yeah, it's like he's like his.
What? That makes it even funnier. I kind of appreciate that. That's like the one element of the show I'm slightly drawn to.
Yeah. And unfortunately, oh man, I'm sorry, this is going to come across really depressing, but he was voiced by the wonderful actor that was Anton Yelnats, from the Star Trek movies, Chekhov from the Star Trek movies.
Oh no! Oh,
yeah.
Damn, and he was like the one person in the show that I liked.
But again, he's been in other episodes. He's been around. They've established.
You're tearing me apart, world. Why is this happening to me? Why?
Oh, but seriously, Yelnats, I think seriously did a good job.
No, dude, just in all seriousness, Anton Yelchin, what a class act, what a talent, what a freaking tragedy.
Yeah.
So, but
all right, moving on from that, let's talk about.
That's awful.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's talk about Mr. This is the character I thought you were gonna hate.
No, you thought I was gonna hate him because of Jim Parsons.
Yeah, no, yes, but for a very specific reason, not just purely. Okay, Mr. Skabumper, who again, I want to make it clear, I like this guy better than what he could have been, and this is the thing I thought Tiki was going to take it as, that he's same color scheme even as that atrocity that is Home.
I'm sorry. Oh, Home.
Yeah, Jim Parsons, he plays a character. Basically, he's like, this is a sinister version of that character.
Reckon, you know what? I gave this one a pass just because I kind of like Mixospitalex.
That's what I'm saying. I thought Jim Parsons, he played Mixospitalex instead of just playing like kind of the annoying otherworldly thing.
Yeah, like it's Jim Parsons, sure, but it's not Jim Parsons just blatantly doing Sheldon.
Again, let's make it clear, folks. Jim Parsons is a good actor, but sometimes
I hate Sheldon. That's another thing that really offends me. I hate Sheldon, but
what I'm saying is he can get typecast as that kind of character. I'm saying other stuff he's good. Of course, you saw him in the Muppets.
And he was a racist a-hole in Hidden Figures.
Yeah, he was good in Hidden Figures, though, man. He was good.
He was good, but he was still a racist a-hole. His character was.
Oh, sure.
Anyway.
Hers is good in the HBO movie as well. But anyway, his point is, yes, Mr. Skip on Bird. That's the main thing I was really liking.
I mean, Dragon, you know, I hate Sheldon Cooper, but I do not hate Jim Parsons. So yeah, there's a difference.
Good delineation. And basically, the character he plays in who I don't even want to know the name. I don't care about the name. I just purely Home is just it's.
Hey, Dragon, you want to talk about the Home Christmas special next year?
Not on your life.
I don't know. I think you owe me something for this.
I don't know you diddly squat, Tiki.
Oh, God. Okay. Fine.
Anyway, so again, he's having a blast playing the imp character. And I think the really cool delineation of the performance between, like, he doesn't become annoying because he has that kind of that sinister edge to a mix of Spitalik. It's kind of cool. Yeah, and he's kind of singing, but what cracks me up was when he rants, and that's the thing. I love the history that we have between him and Titanium Rex. And again, classically, Superman, he always has to trick Mixospillic into saying his name backwards. Saying "Kill Tipsy-Zim," and that's the same rules we're playing with here, only with removing your hat, and only he can do it. So that to me is like a fun deep cut. Like, oh yeah, hey, Mixospillic.
Right.
And of course, Jim Parsons does have a good singing voice. It was kind of good to hear him sing a little bit there and kind of making fun of it at the same time. Okay, fine. I'm just going to get to the big finish then. All right. Okay, let's talk about, for me, honestly, I thought, again, I'm terrified to see how you're going to feel about this, but I really like Santa Claus in this.
Santa was interesting in this one. It was kind of like I feel like Futurama kind of wrote the rules on, like the evil Santa, but... No, I like it because it is kind of like the mental breakdown sort of thing, which I know you're going to talk about in your moments. Like, kind of like all the pressure of being Santa, Yeah,
and also he's played by the wonderful Gary Anthony Williams, who, known by many as Rufus on the Boondocks, known by me as the mutant leader from Dark Knight Returns.
Okay. So, yeah, I mean, I don't want to take away anything from your moments, Dragon, but, yeah, I guess just the fact that he's paired with Cooch, who, like I said, I can't stand Cooch, just not in the slightest. And so that may be kind of like, sort of like when Santa was on screen with that character, I was just like, go away, just go away. I hate you. No, but the Santa himself, like I said, it's it's kind of in that Futurama vein, but with a nice sort of like mental breakdown spin on it. So
yeah, man, I like the arc on him. I like seeing just kind of the realistic thing that builds to that. It's like it's applying Santa to the real world. If you were just kind of almost like create like a Frosty the Snowman type almost, just kind of spun out of existence, and you have this hugely important role. It's he's
right.
I love the writing applied to this Santa. I really do. That's a I'm really liking. So I guess with that said, let's get into the naughty and nice. So let's I guess let's start with the nice.
Okay.
What do you like? Well, let me start with the thing I know you had to like on some level. I also really liked Cranston in a Santa suit again.
Oh joy! I'm so thrilled.
But we started off with he's in the Santa suit, and it's Cranston. It's the third year in a row. Santa Cranston.
Yeah. All right. Good. Yeah.
It's fun.
Sure. Well, I will say the voice acting in this in general, outside of the voice actress for Cooch, is, it ranges from good to decent.
Yeah, Parsons, Gary Anthony Williams, and especially, Keegan-Michael Key, a few points there. Yeah, we got a good cast.
Yeah, I think I'll agree with you, Dragon, that Santa was probably the most creative thing in the special.
Oh, yeah. Of course, I mentioned the homage to Superman and Mixospillic. I like the collection of, the whole trophy collection in the basement. You have very much like a Batcave or Justice League. They have all the trophies. All the dangerous weapons that are kind of kept down there, kind of like, taking them as trophies, keeping them away from all the passersby.
Yeah, I'm not going to say anything else nice about this thing because...
All right, okay, I guess we'll just approach the rest of it there. Okay, so that's the nice of the naughty. Let's see.
I just think it's offensive. I think it's just crude for the sake of being crude. I don't find many of the characters all that likable, to be honest with you. I absolutely hate the character of Cooch, who is just like one of the main characters in this thing. You know how I feel about it, Dragon. Ugh.
I'm going to play devil's advocate to the people who may not have been as put off by Cooch, but I'll say this: I felt the ending actually should have ended on a note between, just to kind of go full circle with the opening. Should have been like between Rex and Cooch, because Cooch is kind of like a hanging thread. I know Tiki's not going to like that, but I'm just saying for the people who are not put off by that. Beyond that, Tony, I will say against Cooch though, that did really bug me because again, I really love that. I really like that opening scene, where he's kind of having the Santa talk with her, but then of course she's kind of vomits, for the cold open. It's like, do we really need that? This kind of undercut the kind of the.
No, we didn't.
Because I thought it was kind of funny. She's pointing a gun on what she's pointing a gun, thinking he's done something horrible to Santa. That's kind of darkly funny, but then again, like okay, cleverness, and then cheap gag. And again, Black Saturn is just for me. Many a time he can be the weak link, and I think it's not his A material. It's kind of a hit and a miss.
Black Saturn, like he felt disconnected from everything else, but his thing was like the thing that I enjoyed the most. So, What can I say?
You're welcome. Anyway,
get the hell out of there with that.
Anyway,
I'm sorry.
Let's go to moments.
Dragon, my only moments that I liked are in the Black Saturn thing. So I really enjoyed Dudley's whole like, not now. It's not Christmas Eve yet. And let's see, I like the Resident Evil 7 thing. All right.
What about the Furby thing?
To be honest with you, the Furby thing kind of just confused me.
Oh man, the Furby thing was beautiful. I'm surprised you didn't take that. It wasn't really
wow, cool. Dragon. We are so like that is like one of the one things like I didn't really get in the Black Saturn thing. Dragon, this is like we are like so scientifically on the opposite ends of the spectrum on this one. It's odd. It's fascinating. But Dragon, I'm not gonna devote 3 moments to this thing. All right, just list yours and let's get this over with.
For the record, I like the Furby thing as well. Anyway.
Okay.
So, here are my moments. Give me a try fast track here. One, just because I love the delivery of it very much. American Ranger's delivery. And it's just Keegan-Michael Key cracking me up. It's just, with the delivery he does with this character, it's like one of those great kind of old, it's he's just saying with such gusto. It's like the Huntsman from Freakazoid almost, the way he delivers it. It's just when he's giving a Shirley Temple doll. And he says, a Shirley Temple doll. I remember the way my father beat me when I asked for such a thing.
God.
It's just the way he says, a Shirley Temple doll. It's just great. And the fondness while he's saying something so negative. It's hysterical. Anyway, let's see. Beyond that, of course, I really like the Santa breakdown. Basically, again, from a writing standpoint, just really... Again, it makes sense. I'm really astounded by it. Santa, he's in the sleigh, and he's just basically Cooch is not helping with her reminders of like all the stuff Santa does, and basically it kind of reminded me of something Scott Snyder wrote once. Basically, he wrote something about a superhero who can never go to the bathroom, and he wondered where does it all go, and in a moment here where Santa's kind of pondering. Wait a minute, I ate all these milk and cookies and I have to go to the bathroom. What's going on? I'm just being freaked out every which way. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna just lump all this together. It's pretty much it's all the ending. I mean, I love again, just there's some Cranston acting shining through here, like Rex kind of asking Santa what he wants for Christmas. Got a little bit of got a little Grinch-sized heart moment going on here. Just no one's ever asked me that. And of course, kind of looking at the looking internally as he goes into the bag into this really kind of. I like the animation on this. Really like the animation from the 2001. It's like recreated shot per shot. It looked really cool. And basically this builds to the payoff again with Rex as it gets to again the payoff all the Superman Mixie Spittle homaging we're doing here. Or basically, and this is Cranston comedy for you here. Is Santa has given Rex a dummy version of a female skabumper. And basically, Cranston put on this ridiculous voice. It's funny, just like baiting the skabumper to removing his hat. It's not a dirty joke either. That's the thing I also respect about it too. It's like, but I heard you were a gentleman, basically saying take off your hat. And that's what gets him in the end. It was hilarious. It was cute. It was a little cute gag.
All right.
All right. So, Tiki, how do you think it holds up?
Not well. This is just, like I said, Dragon. I mean, quite frankly, I was kind of like, like now I know how it feels to be on the opposite end of the spectrum to your hatred of Sausage Party. Because this is just it. Yeah. Let's just get this over with, man.
Well, then I'll tell you the difference is you don't hate every frame like I do Sausage Party. That's the difference.
Sure. But to be fair, you haven't seen Sausage Party. Well, I'm just saying you can't say there's like not one gag in there that you wouldn't chuckle at, since you haven't actually sat through it.
All right, I guess.
Bill Hader's got a really funny role in it, Dragon. Bill Hader.
I don't think so. Okay, so.
All right.
Here's how it holds for me. I think, we got Santa. Yeah, interesting take on Santa. We have some. I think it's a fun, crazy special. I think it's surprisingly well written in places. Again, with the take on Santa and how we're handling that, and there's some fun absurdist gags here and there. Yeah, it could be. It's not their immaterial the whole way through or anything. In places, I just wish it was we could do all the Santa stuff and just kind of focus on that story. But at the same time, again, I'm not bothered by Cooch nearly as much as just Tables. I think the point, and then I think it captures the show well. And basically, it's the show around Christmas time in a special. So by that proxy, I think it's it holds up as a Christmas special by the barometer of the show. It feels like the show around Christmas, and I think it necessitates kind of the special vibe. And then it's something that's like you'll need to watch the show, but basically get a barometer of the show if you were to watch it, which I think we've all learned something about today. So that's yeah.
All I can say, Dragon, is that you're really lucky that I frankly loved the next thing we're going to talk about.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so that kind of evens it out a little bit. Okay, take us out.
Oh, kids, time to dash away, dash away, dash away. All but as we wave goodbye, don't you cry. We'll be back again next time
with even more seasonal shenanigans.
Where does it all go?